Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, wherever you are. Remember, you have greatness inside of you. Welcome back to another episode of the AB Daily News with your hockey coach guru, Coach Frenchy. Today, episode number 178. What do you have on the menu, Coach, today? First of all, it's Monday, or it's time to weekly report. Then we're going to talk about the Montreal Canadiens by number. Then the AB prospect. Finally, stay calm, but it's fun to watching the Montreal Canadiens. So let's dive in talking about my first subject of the day. My first subject of the day, guys, about the Montreal Canadiens by number. Many of them are getting hotter since the last couple of games they played Montreal. First, let's talk about Nick Suzuki. The captain has 19 points in 15 games this season. He is tied for the 10 and the NHL scoring race. One who was the last player for Montreal Canadiens had an amazing, great start of the season like Nick Suzuki. He has 7 goals, 5 assists, 12 points in the last 7 games. For the season, he is on the pace right now, guys, to score 55 goals, 49 assists, and 104 points. Unbelievable what Nick Suzuki accomplished after 15 games. He's not the only one because we have Cole Caulfield, the 21 years old Caulfield, has 16 points in 15 games so far. An impressive tidbit is that he has been keep up the score sheet only 4 times all season. He is on the pace right now, guys. 49 goals, 38 assists, 87 points for the season. Unbelievable what Caulfield is doing right now with Nick Suzuki. The third one is the one on the same line. Dak, of course, played with this line in the last 7 games. Dak, he has 14 points in the 15 games this season. Dak is on everyone's mind right now. To think that some media member and fans were starting to turn on the 21 years old already prior to him been moved to the top line. He has 3 goals, 8 assists, 11 points with +7 guys in the last 7 games. For the season, he is on the pace, guys, to score 22 goals, 55 assists, and 77 points. What about the veteran 32 years old Mike Hoffman? With 4 goals and a +3 rating in his last 3 games, Hoffman has rising from the dead. Prior to that, he had 1 goal, 1 assist, 2 points in 10 games. Now, something will show some interest for the trade? Not sure. We know we have 1 more year after this season, a contract of $4.5 million AAV. The next one, guy, is Christian DeVorak. There was some growing concern about DeVorak to start the season, but with a production of 3 goals, 3 assists, 6 points in the last 8 games, those concerns has pretty much dissipated. Prior to that, the center was pointless in his first 7 games, so DeVorak looking a little bit better. Finally, the last one I want to talk about, guys, is the rookie, Kaden Coley. The 20 years old lead all the Habs defensemen with 7 points this season. Remember, he's a rookie. In addition to playing on the top pairing, he has 4 assists with +3 in his last 4 games while playing against the opponent top opposition alongside his partner David Savard. Praise to Crosby, guys, the last game, who finished Saturday game having played against Sidney Crosby for a 13-22 of the Crosby 16-42 at 5 versus 5. Crosby have 0 points against the Montreal Canadiens. Just give you an idea what Coley did against the captain Crosby for the Pittsburgh Penguins. Unbelievable performance of Coley since the beginning of the season. Then I want to talk about a little bit more number for the different player for the Montreal Canadiens as a defenseman. TOI per game. Look, Coley 2047, Harris 2021, Kovacevic 1743, Jacky 1537. That gives you the number beside is the inside the Montreal Canadiens. Black shot 27, Coley, Savard 29, Kovacevic 14, 13, Jacky. Then the hit 25, Coley, 11 Harris, 17 Kovacevic. But look, Jacky, the number 1 Montreal with 49. The takeaway puck, 10 Coley. Again, great stat. Harris 6, Kovacevic 9, pretty good. And 3 Jacky. So pretty much great performance of the defenseman. Then I need one more for you guys. It's about the goaltender. Listen, guys, The goaltender are really good so far. This guy is the stat before the game Saturday against Pittsburgh. Allen is 4-5 with a .907, 3.11. But Montembeault, guys, 5-game, 3-1-1, .930, at 2.38. What a great season, guys, for Montembeault since the beginning of the season. I just want to remind you guys who are really hot right now in the last couple of games. They are Montreal, of course, on the straight of 3W. They played 3 more games this week. So this complete, guys, my first subject of the day. My next subject, guys, is about the Montreal Canadiens Prospect Report Weekly. Every Monday, we try to bring to you guys a little bit information, what happening to them, maybe since the beginning of the season or last week. First is Sean Farrell at 3 goals, 4 assists, 7 points in 6 games since the beginning of the season, and NCAA for Harvard University. You have 2 goals on the short ended so far. Pretty good for the freshman since the beginning of the season. The next one, of course, I'm talking about Lane Hudson, consistent performance since the beginning of the season. And 9 games, the 5'10" left defenseman, 3 goals, 7 assists. Then I want to talk about Vincent Rohrer, the Austria players have 7 goals, 14 assists, and 21 points in 14 games. Great weeks last week, 6 points during the week and 2 games. Then we have Xavier Simoneau, guy, for the Laval Rocket. Nobody talk about him. Since the beginning of the season, he's the second best scorer behind Anthony Richard with 3 goals, 7 assists, 10 points, and 12 games. We know Laval does not do well, but Simoneau continues to perform. And I don't know. It's another one we have to pay attention. I know he is a small player, but so far he have an amazing, great start, professional as a hockey player. The next one I want to talk about is Logan Mailloux. Mailloux in 10 games, already 11 points, 4 goals, 7 assists. He had 2 points last week. One thing I want to talk about him, what he needs to work really, I watched a couple of games from him, is a defensive zone coverage. He needs to get better. But an offensive, guys, he have an amazing, great shot, and he continues to perform. The next one is Cedric Guindon. Guindon have a great week last week, 7 points in 3 games, 9 goals, 16 points, 9 goals, 16 assists, 25 points in 18 games. Can he reach 100 points? Would be interesting, but Guindon so far for Ottawa 67 doing a really good job. Finally, I want to finish with 2 other players, guys. First, I want to talk about Owen Beck. For Sunday afternoon, the Mississauga still had won by the score 4-3 in overtime. Beck have 3 goals for a hat-trick with the goal-winning game. Finally, Philippe Mazar, 2 points, 1 goal, 1 assist with the Kitchener Rangers. That complete, guys, my Ad Prospect Report Weekly. And let's move on now, guys, for my last subject of the day. My next one, guys, about fun, excited. Wow, Montreal are looking great, but stay calm. Relax. Don't put them to winning the Stanley Cup. Don't prepare your chair on the parade and the Stanley Cup and June. We're not there. Relax. Enjoy the ride of the Montreal Canadiens. The last 3 games, guys, Montreal won the game, and it's fun to watching them compete every single game. The team effort, a lot of positive inside that team for sure. And I want to share a little bit, a couple of information here. They play better as a team. They play better compared for last season. For me, they are right now above my expectations since the beginning of the season. I would never thought after 15 games, this team is going to be 8-6-1. Everybody, you, me, thought they're going to be at the bottom 5 in NHL standing. Right now, they are in the middle of the pack. The next thing I want to talk about, guys, is can the first line continue? Can the goalies continue? Can the rookies continue? All of 3, can they continue to performing game after game for the rest of the season? This is my biggest question, guys, for you. And this what reason I would say to you why I'm a little bit concerned is this. I took a couple information on the data analytics. Shot block, Montreal is 25th in NHL. Puck, what is that about? So when you are on defensive zone, you try to pick up the puck from opponent players by pucking the puck, right? Use your stick properly. They are 25th in NHL. My next one, guys, about successful icing zone offensive. What are you talking about? It's a little bit like a thumbs in puck in the corner on the opposite defensive zone for team. So the Montreal Canadiens, after they pass the red line, how they can become a team really aggressive when they dump the puck on the opponent team. And they are only 28 in NHL. Check zone offensive possession. So it's a little bit like a fourth checker players. Try to check the opponent players on the defensive zone, and they take puck possession by themselves or by their teammate. They are at the end of the NHL ranking, 31st, and finally the exit zone offensive with puck. So when they carry on the puck from a breakout and they get out of their zone, defensive is 30 in NHL. So all those data, guys, give you an idea. It's not always pretty overall for the Montreal Canadiens on both sides of the ice, offensive and defensive. They need to get a little bit better. And I did not give you all the information we have, but just give you an idea. Sometimes I say, hey, guys, stay calm. Enjoy the ride. Don't jump all over. Don't put the team in the playoff already. It's only 15 games. But it's fun. It's excited. But stay calm, guys. At the end of the day, you can see by the number I just gave it to you, guys. Possibly Montreal is not going to consist like this all the way to the end of the year. Then I want to give you two more graphics about what happening with the Montreal in the beginning of the season. I just want to sharing this. Maybe you're going to like it or not. I know it's a small number. Maybe zoom in the number you can see, but this is front area of the game for the Montreal Canadiens on front players. Take time to read this. It's about, the shot on the goal, the hit, the block, plus the shot on the goal, hit, block. Definitely, this the an average per game for every player play for the Montreal Canadiens since the beginning of the season. Then finally, the last one is really more fun. This one is about the shot on the net, on even strength, the percentage, the power play, and then you can see all those information all the way to the end with their distance when you shoot the puck on the net. One example for me is really when you closer on the net, they pay the price for this. It's more a positive for Montreal. Quebec is 14 shot, guys, inside of 15 feet. Comfort is at 24 inside of 30 feet, between 16 to 30. And I can go all the way like that. So just to give you an idea, guys, how this works, and that maybe learning a little bit more the data analytics. Of course, the data analytics, guys, does not give all the outcome of everything, but give you a little bit the performance of its fan players as an individual player. So I just want to share with you. If you want to learn more, if you want to ask me other department area where the player can have fan data, I would love to do this to you. Just let me know. Example like the X goal for or the high danger scoring chance, the IGFF. I can go all the way like this, guy. If you want to hear a little bit more, let me know. Or specific players, I can bring to you some information about the player you would like to hear more about them. Finally, Montreal Canadiens play 3 games next week at Tuesday night at home again the Devils. On the road Thursday night again the Blue Jacket, and at home Saturday again the Flyers. This is a really good week for Montreal, maybe possibly to get 4 to 5 or 6 points. Guys, this complete my episode 178. Hopefully you enjoy it. But before we leave, we invite you, please don't forget to subscribe. Sharing this, tell the people. Then finally, click on the like and leave me a comment. Tell me what you think about this episode. And finally, of course, you have greatness inside of you. And I wish you not only an amazing, blessing day, but I wish you an amazing, blessing week, everybody.